It doesn't take much for iPhone speculation to catch fire. As one of the most iconic and talked about pieces of tech on the planet, the iPhone attracts intense scrutiny, and even the faintest whispers about future models spread like wildfire. Apple's infamous secrecy only adds fuel to the fire, making each leak, rumor, or whisper feel like buried treasure. So, it's no shock that chatter around the iPhone 17 started well before Apple officially introduced the iPhone 16. From insider leaks to dummy model photos, there's already a growing pile of info, some credible, some purely speculative. Here's what's been making the rounds so far. Keep in mind though, even accurate leaks can be upended by late-stage design changes. Until Tim Cook steps on stage, nothing's official. Notable leaker Sonny Dixon released photos that allegedly showed dummy shells for the entire iPhone 17 lineup, offering our clearest peek yet at potential design shifts. The iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max are expected to debut a major redesign of the rear camera bump, replacing the traditional square module with a horizontal rectangular bar that stretches across the back of the device. Apple's iPhones have maintained the same front-facing design language for several years, and the rear is one of the few remaining areas for meaningful visual evolution. Based on CAD renders and leaked parts, the updated bump retains the triangular triple-lens setup on the left, but now the LiDAR scanner, microphone, and flash are repositioned to the right, creating a more symmetrical design. It's not clear what Apple's rationale is for the design shift, but it may allow for larger or more thermally efficient components, improved spatial separation of sensors for more accurate depth mapping, or simply more efficient internal packaging as Apple continues to shrink the main logic board. The bump's uniform color, which is reportedly matched with the rest of the chassis, suggests Apple is aiming for a more unified and visually subdued design language than previously thought. While Apple doesn't confirm launch dates in advance, the company follows a well-established release rhythm. iPhones are almost always announced in early September, typically on a Tuesday during the second week. With that in mind, it's a safe bet that the iPhone 17 series will debut around September 9, 2025. Pre-orders usually open that same week on Friday, with retail availability the following Friday. Occasionally, certain models, often the Pro Max, ship later due to production hiccups. Official pricing hasn't leaked, but based on insider reports, we're expecting a noticeable shakeup, especially with the rumored introduction of the iPhone 17 Air, a sleeker replacement for the Plus model. Here's what the lineup might look like. iPhone 17 6.27-inch LTPO, a 19-chip 8GB RAM, $799. iPhone 17 Air 6.65-inch LTPO, a 19-chip 8GB RAM, $899. iPhone 17 Pro 6.27-inch LTPO, a 19 Pro chip 12GB RAM, $1,099. iPhone 17 Pro Max, 6.86-inch LTPO, a 19 Pro chip 12GB RAM, $1,199. Rumors suggest a further budget-friendly option may be on the horizon in the form of the iPhone 17e, which could land at around $599 if it launches alongside the main line, or possibly arrive in early 2026. Color options remain under wraps for now, but if past trends hold, we'll see both subtle and bold choices. iPhone 16 standard colors: ultramarine, teal, pink, white, black. iPhone 16 Pro finishes: desert titanium, natural titanium, white titanium, black titanium. A rumored purple hue for the iPhone 16 never made it to market. Maybe it's being saved for 2025? One of the biggest shakeups could be the iPhone 17 Air, a new model focused on sleek design over top-tier specs. Analysts like Jeff Poo and outlets such as The Information have confirmed Apple's shift away from the Plus model, with the Air stepping in as a more design-forward alternative. Leakers like John Prosser and Ming-Chi Kuo suggest this model will resemble the MacBook Air philosophy: clean lines, modern design, lightweight build, and a mid-tier price. Leaked dummy units and renders hint at a bold camera bar stretching across the back, which seems to be a new identity element across the iPhone 17 family. One of the most consistent leaks involves camera upgrades, especially on the front. Word is all models will get a new 24-megapixel front-facing sensor, a big jump from the 12-megapixel lens Apple's used for years. There are also whispers that at least one model might sport a mechanical aperture, a feature we've seen on some Android flagships, enabling better light control and bokeh effects.